let's check in on the Mavericks. They lost 2 pivotal games over the weekend, dropped 7 of their last 8, and then a team that had a 96% chance to make the playoffs at the trade deadline, that has now dwindled down to just a 6% chance. So here's where we stand on the race for the final spot in the play-in in the West. The Thunder, they're 1 game ahead of the Mavericks for 10th. But remember, OKC, they own the tiebreaker. So realistically, the Mavs, they need to win 2 more games than the Thunder with just 3 games left. So let's take a look at the team's remaining schedules here, because OKC, they have games against the Warriors, the Jazz. Both of those are on the road, and then they come home and face the Grizzlies. So it's a little bit tough. On the other hand, the Mavs, they have 3 games, all at home, the Kings, the Bulls, and the Spurs. And our Tim McMahon asked Luka Doncic if he was going to shut it down just minutes ago.
Luka, there's been talk about shutting you and Kyrie down for the season. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
No. I'm playing tomorrow. When there's still a chance, I'm going to play. So that's not going to happen yet.
All right. So Luka wants to play, and I think that he should. But Perk, if you were going to give a percentage change.
Oh, here we go.
Once again, what's your level of optimism here that Dallas is going to turn things around for the play-in?
0.
Knew
what
it.
are you talking about?
We only deal in extremes.
100% we talked about this
0.
every day. Like we keep talking about the Mavs, they're not going to make the playoffs. Luka knows that. The organization sees it. That's why they're talking about shutting them down and things to that nature. They know that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you know what? I would not give it a 0% chance, just statistically.
Yeah, because
if
you're going to straddle the fence.
No, I'm not straddling the fence. Okay,
you're never going to
taking things
jump
personal.
off the porch. You're not going to jump off the porch.
No, that's for you. I tell them facts and figures and actual real takes, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Perk. I will tell you this. I do not think that they're going to make the play-in/playoffs because my pivotal game, and that's not straddling the fence, I'm giving you an answer.
No, I'm
The pivotal game was the Hawks game. If they were able to pull that one out, then they had real momentum. They're still 1 game back, and they need to win 1 game as well. So I don't think they're going to make it. And it's largely due to what? Are you happy?
No, I'm just saying. So you basically agree with me and gave them a 0%.
No, because I'm not. Well, I guess I am. Am I giving them a 0%? No, I'm not. I don't think
You're
they'll
giving
make
them
it.
a low percent.
I'm giving a very low percentage. Sure as hell not giving them 100% like we did earlier in the show.
Yeah, that's fine.
But let me just tell you why, though. When they brought Kyrie Irving in, obviously people want to say that, the chemistry is different. And, it's a combination of things. Their defense hasn't been that great. Kyrie comes in, and now you have 2 top 10 ISO scorers between Luka and Kyrie. You know what sacrifices there? It's actually their assists. They're 3rd worst in the league in assists a game as a team because they look like they're just taking turns.
Sure.
And the turns have not worked. So, yeah, I don't think that Dallas is going to be in the playoffs. I don't think it's the end of the world. They are wasting time in which Luka could have really made another push. This was the team that was in the Western Conference Finals last year. So it's disappointing, but I don't think it's the end of the world if they don't make it.
I don't think it's the end of the world, but their defense wasn't good before they got Kyrie Irving.
Exactly.
It's gotten slightly worse since Kyrie Irving arrived. This is not a Kyrie Irving problem, though, but I think it's pretty close to the end, Zach, if they don't make it to the play-in, not even make it to the play-in this year.
It's a disaster if they don't make it to the play-in. Are
Right.
you kidding me? After letting Brunson walk and then trading a whole bunch of stuff for Kyrie Irving to finish 11th, and Chiney said the Hawks game was the pivotal game. I got news for the Mavericks. Every game has been the pivotal game, and you've lost damn near all of them because you can't get any stops. And yeah, they have a mathematical chance. They're only a game back, but I can't even straddle the fence because Perk lit the fence on fire. I would be shocked if the Mavericks made the playoffs, in part because the Thunder's last 2 opponents may not have any incentive to play their guys, so they may have easier wins in those last 2 games. What a troubling situation for the Mavericks. I'm still kind of blown away every time I check the standings and I see where they are. It's really shocking.
Jalen?
Malika, here's the voice of reason for you. The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to go 1-2 these last 3 games.
Okay.
The Dallas Mavs are going to go 3-0. And they will be a part of this year's play-in. That's my prediction.
That's the voice
Mavs.
of reason.
All right.
All right. I don't even know what to say after that one,
It's a voice
Jalen.
of something.
3-0 feels a little hefty, even for this Dallas Mavericks team. I'm hopeful. I really would like to see Luka Doncic in the postseason, but 3-0. Their track record is not telling us that. I can tell you that we have a big one going down tonight. Joel Embiid, he is dominant in nearly every matchup. Why is it that the Boston Celtics have given him so much trouble over the course of his career?
Well, I'm going to start by pushing back on this. I think that 1-8 record and this idea that Boston has Philly's number is wildly overblown. 4 of those losses were in the bubble with no Ben Simmons, and most of their games have been really, really close. I would be really careful if I were a Boston fan, just, chomping at the bit to play Philly. But as for Embiid, look, he's dominant against everybody, including Boston. He had 41 against them recently, but the Celtics can throw a lot of different kinds of defenders at him. Grant Williams seems to kind of annoy him, and they throw lots of different defenses at the Harden Embiid pick and roll with one goal. You are not catching the ball, Joel Embiid, open 13 feet from the basket for that beautiful little jumper that always seems to go in. And we have to send help to the post, and we have to start rotating. We got long, smart, mean defenders in every single passing lane, and they're really good at confusing Joel when he's got to kick the ball out, getting in the passing lanes, mucking it up. But look, Philly's got all the tools, and I think this idea that Boston has just dominated them, the record says they have. I don't think that means that much going into a potential matchup this postseason.
No, I think that's important, the nuances of exactly how those wins came, that the margins were pretty slim, that some of them were in the bubble. That's all really important context. Zach Lowe, thank you very much. All right, let's keep getting ready for tonight's big showdown of the East. Chiney, I understand we have some categories for you and Kendrick Perkins. Okay. Hot take Perk to fill out today.
Real
Let's see.
Go ahead.
We're starting with star duos. Kendrick Perkins, Celtics star duo, 76ers star duo. Who you taking?
I'm going with the 76ers. I'm going with Joel Embiid and James Harden, the league leading scorer and the guy that's leading the league in assists, the 2 guys that has mastered the pick and roll.
I like those numbers, but I'm going with the crew, 30 points per game from Jason Tatum, who could make history as a Celtic getting those outcomes, and also Jaylen Brown. Now, we disagree here. What about the roster depth, Perk? Who do you have? Who has more?
It's the Celtics. I mean, obviously, with Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Grant Williams, you have Peyton Pritchard, who don't see the floor often, but when he do, he's a big contributor. You have Big Al Horford, who don't get enough credit. The Celtics have one of the deepest teams, if not the deepest team.
Okay, we're 1-1 because I agree with you. I think the Celtics have one of the deepest rosters in the NBA. So let's keep it pushing in my good sister Malika's words. X factor in a 7-game series. Who is going to be that guy?
Well, we know what we're going to get. What you're going to get out of Tatum, Brown, Embiid, Harden, right? Even Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris. If the 76ers want to beat the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series, he's going to have to elevate his game. He's getting paid top dollar. He's going to have to play like he's getting paid top dollar. I
love Tobias Harris. We were in the same class, McDonald's class, so I love that. But you said, we know what we're getting from James Harden. That's still a question mark when it comes to the postseason. So I had to take my answer into the Celtics, and it's your guy. I'm surprised you didn't pick him. Rob Williams. I mean, if he's able to stay healthy throughout a 7-game series for this squad, which, by the way, when we saw them play the Milwaukee Bucks, you're smiling because I'm right. 19 minutes, 7-7, and also gave you 4 blocks. Now, I know the Bucks, I think, were on a back-to-back, so that made it tough.
They were.
But still, this guy anchors their defense. Their defense got them to the NBA Finals, and it's going to really come down to him. So, last but not least, Perk, who do you have winning tonight?
You seem like you was raised in Boston.
I know.
I'm going with the 76ers. Here's why. I know Doc Rivers. And Doc Rivers came off 2 back-to-back losses, and he wants to get the mentality right. He's going to take this game serious. He's going to approach the locker room with a serious mentality, and it's going to carry over to their ball club. I got the 76ers winning tonight against the Celtics.
Y'all know I love me some Joel Embiid. Y'all know I love me some James Harden from my Houston days, but I'm actually taking the Celtics here because there's some question marks with trying to preserve James Harden for the postseason so he can give his all then. So I don't know. I'm bleeding green today. What's happening?
Yeah.
Janae is bleeding green in this. I thought this looks like it should be Kendrick Perkins' pick.
I mean, I'm unbiased. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. 100%.
Let's talk about the title odds here. The Celtics, they have a plus 350 chance, which is only second behind the Bucks. And then the 76ers, 11-1, which is 6th best. So this all boils down to this, Jalen Rose. In a 7-game series, who are you taking?
I'm with Perk on the Sixers likely winning tonight, but I want to remind Perk of the fact that the Celtics could have one more championship using the X factor at center that plays defense if he's healthy. Like Perk got injured one year and the Celtics lost. Robert Williams III is going to be the difference. He and Al Horford have the opportunity to guard Joel Embiid. Nobody's going to stop the big fella, but you have multiple fouls to give him. Al Horford is a knockdown three-point shooter. The young fella, Robert Williams III, can catch lobs. He's better ball handling skills out on the perimeter passing than people give him credit for. And the Celtics are just so much deeper and multiple bodies to not only throw at James Harden, but at Maxey. They have all two-way players pretty much for the Celtics. So I have to take Boston plus home court advantage in the series.
I didn't pick, Jay Rose, I'm with you. I didn't pick the 76ers to beat the Celtics. Tonight I did.
You just picked him for tonight.
Yeah, I didn't pick them for the series.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked them for tonight.
Well, it all comes down. It starts with tonight, and we get to see what happens.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.